On Hardcore Bully fan, we live at the Bully House, man. It's my boy Bo Jackson. See, he is up and at him today. We out getting his walk around, but he's really interested because that girl down there, I don't know if you can see a Black Widow. She is in heat. Whenever the female is in heat, the studs get full attention, and there's certain things you have to be aware of with your studs, and keep being aware of. You cannot slip with this situation or it will be fatal. When the females are in heat, the studs are in competition. And it does not matter lineage. And I take a cue from the dogs. I keep a calendar of when the females is going in heat so I can know and know how to make movements to do it. Get over here. Get over here. Get over here. So I have to keep track of when she's going to be in heat and what I got to do. When she goes in the heat, I got to make sure that I can get her separated from the males. Because whether I want them to breed or not, they'll want to breed, as you can see. So I keep her separated from the males, especially the ones that I don't want her to breed with. Bo, chill out. You ain't gonna get him to calm down. Separately, I gotta keep the studs away from each other. If I don't keep the studs away from each other, they'll be in competition. And they will get into a scrap. So the first cue is I let the females out. When the females are out, if they start wandering to the males' kennels, and it's around that time, I kind of know what I'm looking at. If the other day, King Creed just started barking. He's barking at the kennels. Black Widow is in the kennels next to him. He's just barking and barking and barking at her. So I go out there and check, and sure enough, she's in heat. So the studs will give me a cue of when it's time, you know. They'll let me know. And it's up to you to keep up with those cues to know what to do. And as soon as I seen that happening, I moved Black Widow away from King Creed. If I did not, they would have found a way to do it. They would have made it through the fence if needed be. Or he would have jumped over that fence, or he would have tried to jump over that fence and maybe hurt himself. That's how studs are. I used to breed stud horses, and I had a stud in a kennel, not a kennel, but I had a stud in the stable, and he had a little window, maybe 3x4 in the window. He had a window in the front, but it was barred up, and he had a window on the side that it wasn't barred up. It goes out into his corral. I left and came back, and that horse had jumped through that window, and half of the horse was hanging out the window and the other half was in the window. And he was just sitting there stuck. And I had to figure out a way to get him unstuck without him trampling me. Because that's what it is during breeding season. He still wanted to get to that female. Even though he was all messed up like that, he's still ready to go. That's studs. A good stud. And here we do all natural locks. We're not doing too much artificial insemination. We do all natural locks here, man. So these boys is used to really getting into it. So you have to keep track of your studs during breeding season. You have to separate your studs from each other. You cannot have two studs on the yard during breeding season. Even if those studs get along, even if you say, well, my studs hang out in the house and they all together, they've been together their whole life, they brothers. Okay, that's all fine and dandy, but if she goes in the heat, get that dog and get him in the house. Not in the house, but get the dog and get him separated from the other studs, because if not, you will have a problem. But you don't need me to tell you, nature will take its course and you will see that happen. But as you can see, he got a couple little scars, man. You should see King Creed, but look at his scars. He got a couple scars on his lip because he want to go to King Creed's kennel and beat him up through the fence. And I don't know, Creed must have stuck his neck out or somewhere. I don't know. Creed's face was really tore up. So I doctored him back for about a week, went to the vet. We got antibiotics, pain medicine, inflammation, and we got him back going. He just gotta grow his hair back and everything. He'll look just as handsome as he always did. But they definitely were at each other's throat. This boy here, we're gonna be ready to breed with Black Widow. We waiting on the list to fill up. If you haven't checked this out, go to www.hardcutbully.com. Go to the list, to the puppy list. You can scroll through the puppy list, go down to click on puppy waiting list, and you will get a spot to get a pup. It takes a $50 deposit. So you go down, you scroll, send me your information, whether you're looking for pet quality, breed stock quality, what class you're looking for, and I will send you an invoice back for $50 for the deposit. As soon as you pay that $50 deposit, you're on the waiting list for your pups. So, that going, we got a stud, we got a female for each month. And as I just said, Black Widow is in heat now. I would love to breed her to Bo Jackson. I'm probably going to go ahead and breed her to Bo Jackson. I know I'm not supposed to do it without the waiting list, but at the same time that I'm doing this for you, I'm also doing this for my bloodline. And for my bloodline, I got to get Bo and Black Widow bred again sooner or later. They both over 6 years old, and this is her last breeding. And like I say, if I don't get her bred to somebody, she will breed to somebody. But like I always say, if all my dogs broke loose tonight and had a big party, a big orgy, I'm still gonna have some bombs, some nice bullies, because I got good breed stock. I don't care who go to who, we still gonna have some nice bullies. But because of the lineage and different things like that, I need to pick and choose what we do to build the right bully. So that's why I'm trying to keep it controlled. And you have to keep it controlled. You know, this boy here throws that fawn, he throws that blue fawn, lilac. It just depends on what he breeds to. And he is a standard size. I've been wanting him to be pocket, but I measured Domino, and Domino is, I think, was 16 and a half. Well, anyway, whatever it was, it let me know that he was definitely a standard. And that is what it is. He's definitely producing some nice standards. He produced King Creed. He produced Black Pearl. So we're doing a line breeding off of this stud right here because he's the most athletic stud bully I ever seen. He'll jump 6 feet right now. He's got muscle. He doesn't have extreme muscle, but I don't think you need extreme muscle if you want to be healthy. And I'm making healthy bullies over here. We're not making, our bullies, they won't be the if you want to look for extremism and exaggerated features, maybe our bullies won't line up next to the others looking like that. But if you want to look for health, this is the only place to go. I don't recommend nobody else. I do not agree with any of the new ABKC standards for flaws. I don't agree with it. I do not agree. Let me make sure y'all see me. I do not agree with any of the new standards. What they say an XL is, what they say a standard bully is, what they say pocket. I don't agree with any of the standards. It's absolutely silly what they're doing. They're trying to put the bulldog features in to make sure to stay bully, but you can't put the bulldog features into the XL size of the dog, man. It don't make sense what they're trying to do. And what they're trying to do is make an unhealthy bully. And they don't control it all. The breeders are just as big a part of the situation as the registry is. So I'm deciding that ain't how bullies supposed to look, and that ain't what we breeding. We breeding these bullies. We breeding bullies that'll jump a fence if we need to. You can keep breeding bullies that you got to pull in the wagon. I got no problem with that. Y'all go ahead and do that. There's a place for that too. Do I like fluffy bullies? No, I don't. I think that's silly. That's not a bully. Bully's not supposed to have long hair. So if he's fluffy, that ain't a bully. So it's something else. It's a nice dog, but it ain't a bully. So I do not agree with a lot of the standards, even from our registry. But what I will say is that the breeder has the right to say if it's a pet quality or breed stock. The breeder, the registry doesn't have the right. The breeder fills out the paperwork and says, this is pet quality, this is breed stock. And for me, you're gonna get breed stock that's healthy. I'm not gonna make a cartoon character for y'all. That's now, these dogs are extreme enough. If Bo Jackson ain't impressive to you, bro, I don't know what to tell you. And chase you and see how impressive he is. I bet he'll change your mind like 5 seconds, he get after you. You be like, that's an impressive dog. You know. So yeah, I just want to make sure everybody stays on the same page, that we still making healthy bullies. That's all we're gonna make. We don't really care how the fad goes one way or another. We don't care how the fad goes. Look, he want to go over there with that curly. We don't care how the fad goes, whether it be with the registries or the breeders. We don't care how none of the fads go. That's what I just told you. I just told you, I don't care how the ABKC calls it. I don't care if they want to call a fluffy dog a bully. I don't care how if the customer like it. We still gonna make healthy hard cut bullies over here. That's why we call it hard cut bully kennels. If you ain't did it by now, you need to come on out the bench for the big win, man. Get you some hard cut. So.